Hey VC, we're back with another artist spotlight number 4 in the series. And this first artist is going to be special to me, and I'll explain. Part 1 is going to be Dean Martin. Part 2 is going to be kind of a mix. It's going to be Brave Belt, BTO, Solo Randy, and a couple bands he was in after. So that'll be part 2. So, sorry. Let's go with part 1, Dean Martin. And this artist is special because my late grandfather got me into his music. And I have a few here I'd like to show, including his very first album on Capitol, entitled Dean Martin Sings. And this is a very cool, I believe it's an original first pressing, yes, Capitol. So that's a very cool. Next up, another one on Capitol called Relaxing. So that's, let's see. There we go. All right, Dean Martin French style. I love this guy's music. Some fantastic stuff. Now, this is part 1 of two albums that he did. Yeah, part 1 of 2 that he did. Dean Tex Martin, country style. There we go. And then the sequel, Dean Tex Martin Rides Again. And it's, of course, on the Reprise label. Alright, next up, one of my favorite albums, Dean Martin, Everybody Loves Somebody, the hit version. Alright, this one's still in the shrink, which was a bit of a surprise. This one's called The Door Is Still Open to My Heart. Great album. Dean, don't you know smoking's bad for you? Hee hee hee. Let's see. I could show you. This one's on the black stereo label. There we go. There we go. So that's just putting the record away, but that's a real good album by Dino. And it's still in the shrink. Alright. Dean Martin Hits Again. Which is it's just a compilation of, I guess, what was the current hits. You're Nobody Till Somebody Loves You. You'll Always Be the One I Love. Just to name a couple. And I think this is a mono pressing, if I remember. So, alright. Dean Martin, Remember Me. I'm the One Who Loves You. Great album. I think my friend Curtis Simpkins, sorry, I'm going to say your name wrong, brother, but I think he just got this one recently and showed it on his video. So that's a real cool one. One of my favorite songs and albums, Houston, Houston. That's a great song, as well as Hammer and Nails, Love, 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 Snap Your Fingers, Old Yellow Line, You're the Reason I'm in Love. So, pretty cool tracks, and a lot of these are in great condition too. Next up, the hit sound of Dean Martin, 1,000,001 Come Running Back. I think that's one of the songs, actually. Yeah. So, great album. Alright, Happiness is Dean Martin. This is a great album. I know, I have a lot of favorite Dean Martins, but this one I really like. Welcome to My World, stereo. So that's a good one. And I have these because I sometimes just like to throw them on, but I have both volumes. Dean Martin's Greatest Hits, Volume 1. And Dean Martin's Greatest Hits, Volume 2. Both great. Alright. Dean Martin, Gentle on My Mind. Alright, Dean Martin. I take a lot of pride in what I am. And this was a blind buy, but because I like Dean Martin, I thought, oh, and it was a great album. So, One Cup of Happiness, The Sun is Shining, Crying Time, Little Green Apples, great cover, Where the Blue and Lonely Go. Yeah, it's a really good album. And I think Curtis also, my brother from another mother, has this one as well. My Woman, My Woman, My Wife, which is a Marty Robbins cover. But it also got Make the World Go Away, The Tips of My Fingers, Detroit City, It Keeps Right On a Hurtin', which I think Elvis did that one a little bit later on, I believe. This next one is Dean Martin, For the Good Times. Just a few more, guys. This next one is called Dino. Sorry, guys, I'm just taking a look here. Here, I'll take it out of the... Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess it's simply titled Dino. There we go. And this is on the... when they changed the Reprise label to that one. There we go. Last one in this part one. Dean Martin, You're the Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me. And this is another blind buy and ended up really liking it. So that's the Dean Martin collection. Rest in peace to my grandfather who passed away 20 years ago. That was for you and my fans. Now to part two, which is going to be a bit of a mix. Bachman Turner Overdrive and the band that started before that molded into BTO. And I'm going to show you that right now. And I have both albums, original presses. Brave Belt, which is the band that morphed into BTO, minus a couple members, I think one or two. But man, was I impressed with this first album. Very well done. I think it's worth a little bit of coin, I think. And then the second to last one, Brave Belt 2. And then, like I say, morphed into BTO, which ended up... This was the first album, BTO. Which, by the way, is a great album. It has Gimme Your Money Please, Blue Collar, Down and Out Man, Don't Let Yourself in Trouble, Thank You for the Feeling. Just some great tracks on that first one. And the next one's called Bachman Turner Overdrive 2. And I think... it's just on the... Sorry, I gotta see where I'm going here. On the Mercury label. Yeah, it's upside down. Let's do it this side. And I always like the Mercury building. And that one has Let It Ride and Taking Care of Business. This was a huge album, this one. Not Fragile. This has got some of my favorites on here. Rock Is My Life and This Is My Song. Roll On Down the Highway, You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. Sledgehammer, Blue Moanin', Giving It All Away. And this is on the red Mercury, so I believe it's a first press. There we go. Alright, Four Wheel Drive. Great album. Four Wheel Drive. I think this one's got a neat label, really. And it comes with the original inner sleeve. But this is a real cool label. I might throw this one on after Missy Elliott. We'll see. Sorry, that's what I was listening to before. Now we move on to, and unfortunately it doesn't have the original the poster thing you could, or insert. It doesn't have that, but Head On. There's Mr. Fred Turner. And my buddy, Mr. Randy Bachman. And of course, the other... Let's see if I can do this carefully. There's the other members. And this is see. This is going to be on the American Mercury label. One more time. There we go. All right. Now this next one is the only, I believe, the only live album they put out, and it's called BTO Japan Tour. Has Roll On Down the Highway, Hold Back the Water, Welcome Home, Don't Get Yourself in Trouble, Four-Wheel Drive, Taking Care of Business, Slow Down Boogie, Thank You, Domo. Interesting tracks, but yeah. It's a really rare one, really. My good friend, I think, Fit to Be Tie-Dyed Paul, he's got this album, I believe, on the Mercury label. There we go. We got a few more. Oh, and my favorite album, and you can argue if you want, but this was the last one with Randy Bachman, and it's called Freeways. And this is a great album. And it does have an original insert, which is pretty cool, showing you all the, and the compilation album, obviously. Where is it? Yoink. Which I used to have on the, it was a repressed blue Mercury, but yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then when Randy left, they did a couple more albums, which I'll show you. And actually, I don't mind these ones. These are pretty good. I think Fred Turner took over vocals on this one. No, I'm not nervous. I'm just trying to go a little too fast. Street Action, BTO, in the original shrink. And I think there's a price code or a price somewhere. Yeah, price is up here. And it was going for $7.98 back in the day. And the cover was taken in Vancouver, BC, Canada, on Granville Street, which is pretty cool. And this has an original as well. Sorry, I just love the Mercury label. And actually, this record wasn't that bad as far as I was concerned. I love the Mercury building. Pictures on the albums. It's cool when it's spinning and stuff. So BTO decided one more record, I think, and yes, they did. It was called Rock and Roll Nights, which had the minor hit Jamaica, and another one called Heartaches. But my favorite's Wasting Time and the title track. And this record was produced by Bruce Allen, or all songs published by Bruce Allen, pardon me. Produced by Jim Vallance, and was recorded in Vancouver. So it's pretty cool. This one unfortunately didn't have an original thing, but again, I'm going to show the record. There we go. I just, like I said, I love the Mercury building. So now I'm going to show you a couple Randy Bachman solos. There's one that's really rare, and he released it on RCA, I think about a year or two after he left to Guess Who, and it's an instrumental record, actually. It's called Axe, and this is actually a phenomenal record. And after he left BTO, now we're going to get into some of the stuff he did. He released this is a great album. I really like this. Randy Bachman, Survivor. And this one's neat because it's the only one he did on Polydor. I thought that was really cool. There we go. Alright, and then Randy formed a couple, well, this one band morphed into the next band, so we'll get into that. But he formed a band called Iron Horse, and they released 2 albums. It was Randy Bachman, Tom Sparks, John Pierce, and Mike Bard. And that was Iron Horse. And actually, I like both these albums that I'm going to show you. And they released this on a label called Scott Brothers. So that's pretty cool, I tell you. Alright, and then they released one more album as Iron Horse called Everything is Grey. And I think this time Tom Sparks and Bard were gone, and Frank Ludwig, Ron Foos, and Chris Layton took over. And this one has some good stuff. What's Your Hurry, Darling? Everything is Gray. I'm Hurting Inside, Playing the Same Old Song, Somewhere Sometime. It's great. And there's Randy. Great picture of the boys. Okay, so once that fizzled out, then he formed Union, and they only released one album. And I believe it was the same core group: Randy, Fred, Frank, and Chris. And this one is really good. And it's on the Portrait label. So there we go, guys. That is Artist Spotlight Part 4. I'm gonna try to do more as I get more ideas for my vinyl collection, CD collections. I thank everyone for watching. Subscribers, I always love new subscribers, and I love the comments. I will respond, or I'll put a heart, as they say. So you guys enjoy yourselves. Stay safe during this COVID, and I will see you real soon for another video. Have a great day. Peace.